It's Demo Donna here with Queen & Company, and I am so excited to be showing you the new number shaker kit. You're going to be receiving 10 decorative dies, 10 outline dies, and 36 foam and acetate refills to create your very own shaker cards. So stick around and check out this awesome video. Thanks for watching. For this number card, we are going to be using the Thankful for You, the Thankful paper pad set. I'm using the solids as well as the decorative paper. I am also going to be using the brand new number shaker kit. This is a fabulous kit. You guys have asked, and here it is, number shakers. So the cool thing about this is you have all of your numbers. You also have the leftover bits, so you have smaller numbers. This kit includes the decorative dies, the outline dies, and your foam and acetate refills to create your shakers. Now, I'm going to show you a card not using your foam. Instead, we are going to be using all the leftover foam from shakers that you've made in the past. So you can continue to use your numbers once all of your foam is done. So this is definitely a shaker set that you are going to want to use over and over again. I'm also using foundation die number 11. So for this card, I've actually used 9 dies from this kit. I've cut out all the flowers multiple times, and then I'm using the larger one here, which I've cut out in the stripe. I've also cut out this shape here in the stripe, going the same direction. And the heart background, which is really fun. And as you can see, I kept all of the little hearts, so if I want to use those in my design, I have those. And then I cut out 2 of that soft lavender in the pocket shape. And we have also cut out, really simple, take your cool label here. So to run this through your die cut machine, you're gonna pop your numbers inside, and you can run all 3 of those dies together at the same time. And that gives us our fabulous foundation to create your shaker card. All right, so now we are just gonna basically take our card base, and I am using the same color palette that is in that beautiful striped pattern paper. So from the solids, I cut out all of the flowers in the kit, just so I had options on what I wanted to use. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and adhere them. I'm gonna be creating a background with them. So I'm gonna take 1 flower at a time and start to create a background for my card. Just have fun layering all of your flowers and make sure they get up right next to the edge for a nice flower border. All right, now that I have overlapped all of my flowers to create a background, I am gonna go ahead and layer on the base of my card. Okay, now we have a really cool background created from the foundation die flowers as well as the fun stripes. When you're creating a shaker card without using your foam and acetate refill, you want to make sure that your base for your shaker, the stripes here, and your top are the same die, so you know how big around you need to place your foam. So that's why I have 2 cutouts of these. Next, what I'm going to do is take my hearts, and I'm just going to add a strip of adhesive on the top and a strip on the bottom and place my hearts right on top there. There we go. Now trim off the excess. And now we have a cool stripy heart background. Next, I'm going to take my little pocket pieces and I'm just going to use those for a little extra added detail on the background of my shaker. Okay, now that that's complete, I am going to go ahead and start laying my foam around my shaker background here. Once we apply our acetate, you are going to be dropping in your decorative dyes. So as you can see, that's going to be covering up a good amount around the edges. So you don't have to do it as thin as the actual cutout. And I'll show you what I am talking about. Let's just set this here for right now. Now I like to use the leftover parts like this when creating a shaker because as you can see, they're already cut pretty thin and it makes it really easy to just drop those in. But I sometimes have to grab these as well to cut those up. So to get started, I am just going to pop this guy out. There we go. And now I have a lot of double-sided foam. We don't want it to be bigger than that stripe background because then it's going to be seen. So I'm going to trim a little extra off. There we go. Now I'm not going all the way to the edge because we want this to be somewhat covered up. Also, I don't need to go all the way to the outline, so I can just simply make a square. Okay, now you can see I've created just a simple little foam square using my leftover parts. The next thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to cut out your acetate. So next I'm going to show you how to run your acetate through your die cut machine. Now, since I'm doing a simple little square here, I can just cut out a little square and it will be fine. But what you can also do is take your sheet of acetate, and this is from the Foam and Acetate Sheets pack. And I am taking two sheets of printer paper. So just like so, and I'm sandwiching that printer paper in my acetate. Now next I'm going to take the die that I'll be cutting, and I am just going to take my scissors before I cut it, and I am going to trim out the piece before I run it through my die cut machine. Now, when I cut my acetate, it is not going to be scratched if my boards have cut marks all over it. So now I'm going to run that through. So once you've run that through, I now have a perfect size acetate piece that I can go ahead and use for the top of my shaker. So here that is, and if I was making a couple of these, now I at least have a protector and I could toss that in with my kit and use those later. So now I'm going to take my piece of acetate and I am going to take my shear glue and I am going to glue that to the back of my front shaker here. So there we go. You can add a little extra adhesive. Now while that's drying, I am going to take my decorative dies that I cut out, and I cut them out using the beautiful plaid purple paper out of the solids. This is such a beautiful color palette. You have a lot of different options. So I'm going to take my shear glue again, and I'm using my shear glue because I am gluing these onto acetate. All right, now that my acetate and my number decorative dies are glued on, I've realized I think I'm gonna divide my two numbers just so I have a bigger presence of my shaker toppings. So I'm just simply going to put a little dam in between my shaker and just make sure that your little divider is not going to be seen. So just do a little test before you push it down, and then there we go. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my shaker that I've made here just from my leftover pieces of all of my previous shaker cards. Okay, so I am gonna add some of my diamonds. I'm also going to be taking some of the new, this is the cutest button bundle. Lots of beautiful colors, and they all go great with the paper pad, the Thankful paper pad, all of these color combinations. So a great little add-on for my shaker here. So I am just gonna toss in a couple of these little purple buttons. They're so cute. I'm gonna use some of these little blue ones, just a couple. Nothing too crazy. There we go. And then I'm also gonna add in some of my white pearls. And then we are gonna attach our shaker. So I'm gonna peel off that protective paper on our double-sided foam, add on that Lucky 13. Now remember, you have that striped paper in the back. That is your guide. That's what we're going right over. So it's kind of taking the place of our outline die. So make sure you have that centered. Give that a good push down. And now you have created a really cool shaker. And we are gonna layer that right on top here. I'm gonna use my red liner tape just to secure my shaker down. I'm gonna also throw just a little bit of sheer glue on in there. I just always like to make sure that my shakers are not gonna go anywhere when they're shipped. You work so hard on your projects, it's good to make sure there's just a little extra adhesive working for you. All right, so I am gonna lay that down. I've got these lovely striped background to help me make sure it's nice and even. Give it a little extra push. And now I've got this cool 13 card. Now, of course, we're gonna add a little extra fun. So I'm gonna add a couple little extra flowers. I'm just simply gonna take some of my adhesive and I'm gonna pop that guy right there, and I'm gonna layer another one right on top, like so. And this is the perfect time to layer in some of these cute buttons. So I'm gonna take this purple one, add a little sheer glue, and drop that right inside my flower. Okay, and last but not least, I'm just gonna add a little bit of bling. Okay, and there you have it. The perfect way to use up your shaker leftovers to create a shaker card, and a way to keep your number shaker kit going and going and going even after you've ran out of all of your refills. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to comment and like, and thank you again. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye-bye.